All right. Thank you, Steve, Xavi, and Jamie for inviting me. I'm Andres Acosta. I'm an assistant professor at Mayo Clinic, and I'm going to talk today about my company that I started before I came to Mayo Clinic when I was at the University of Florida finishing my PhD. Our company name is Gila Therapeutics. We're trying to develop a product to make you feel full faster, and this is an innovative solution for obesity. So as we have just heard before from many talks, obesity is a major problem. Around 200 million Americans are suffering from being overweight or obese. And the market for this, between direct and indirect costs, is around $550 billion a year. Obesity is the major modifiable cause for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and many other conditions. And about 110 million Americans a year try to lose weight. And they spend significant amount of money in interventions, almost $200 billion in diet, medications, or surgery. Only 400 million of these are spent on medications that are very ineffective and not safe. So obesity remains to be a huge unmet medical need. One of the things to understand this is that satiety can be a major player in obesity management. Satiety is mainly regulated by our brain, but is induced by this hormone that comes out from our gut called peptide YY. It goes to our systemic circulation, and then it goes to the hypothalamus or to the brainstem and activates our centers that make us feel full. Many people have tried to deliver injectables, subcutaneous IV, subcutaneous pills, and unfortunately they have not been successful because when you increase PYY in circulation, you produce nausea. So while I was doing my PhD, we found a novel, interesting pathway showing that these peptides also come into saliva and activate our taste perception, our taste receptors, and modify our sensation of fullness by a completely new pathway that has been previously never described. We submitted a patent with this, and then in studying rodents, we were able to intraoral delivery these peptides into the oral cavity and make mice eat less without producing any nausea. So as you can see here, and it's the only science slide that I'm going to show, at higher doses of PYY, there's a decrease in food intake. And when you do this for 8 weeks, these mice lose around 22% more compared to the controls who actually gain weight. So we were very excited about this, so we decided to spin out this technology from Florida and start a company. This company is called Gila Therapeutics. We have an exclusive license from University of Florida. And the next thing we did is we put a very strong team together. Tom Vasicek, our CEO, has more than 20 years of experience in Medtronic and trying to do obesity in the Medtronic team. It's myself as a scientific supporter, and then John Friedman is our chief scientific officer. We have a very strong team of advisors. Bill Van Anwert has more than 62 patents in different delivery of peptides and proteins. He developed the insulin mini pump. Donna Ryan is a top expert in obesity. And then Chris Fischetti has also a strong background in pharma and developing products. So where are we right now? We're trying to raise $4 million. We already have $3.4 million. And that made us that we started our program back in July. So we are currently in December. We're on target. In the next 6 months, we're planning to complete our tox studies, submit our IND, and by the summer of next year, do our first in humans. And we're just on target. So in summary, we have a strong preclinical data. We have an experienced team. We have an exclusive IP license that was issued last month from University of Florida. We've already raised $3.4 million. We want to raise up to $4 million by the end of the year. We have a positive response from the FDA in a pre-IND meeting. We have established a preclinical and clinical development plant. We have API, manufacturing and regulatory process already in place. And we plan to do in the next 6 months, file the IND, finish our proof of concept, and then hopefully partner with big pharma to do a larger phase trial. Thank you for your attention. I'll be happy to take any questions.
So what does your end product look like if I were to take it?
So we're right now thinking about 2 different concepts. One is a dissolvable strip, like the Listerine packages. You're going to sit on a table, you put it under your tongue, you wait 5 minutes, you start eating, you feel full, or a dissolvable tablets. Initially, we started thinking also that a gum might be a good approach, but then we think where are you going to put the gum after you chew it. So those are the 2 products we're developing right now.
About balloon technologies. Have you been hearing about those for obesity? Balloon technologies for
that's what I do for a living here at Mayo. I'm an obesity expert and a gastroenterologist, so we place all these balloons for weight loss. So.
How do you know that it doesn't cause nausea if it's only been in animal studies?
Well, in animals, we have done very elaborate studies, doing behavioral studies in animals, as well as study the brain of these mice, to make sure we're not activating the nausea centers. But the only way to know is to do a test in humans. And that's what the proof of concept is for. So, yeah.